Hello guys, my name is Lydia Love and I am the owner and creator of IGF Studios. We are a webcam studio that helps people reach their financial goals within their personal boundaries. And today I'm going to talk to you about how I scaled my OnlyFans to $20,000 a month with no agency. No agency at all. And before I get into this, I am going to tell you guys exactly the amount that I made that led me to $20,000, okay? I've personally been on OnlyFans since April of 2017. My first month, I literally made $12. And I always felt like I'm never gonna be an OnlyFans girl. I'm never gonna be one of those people that are making more than $10,000 a month on OnlyFans. This just isn't gonna happen. I felt like camming was the only way that I would ever make money. And I would just like to say that this plus camming has significantly improved my life, and I did not have to sign to a sketchy agency to do so. So back in April of last year, so exactly a year ago, I started feeling like, what are all of these people doing that I don't know? Why are all these people making a ton of money? Why are there people claiming to be in the top 0.1% and I've never heard of them? I was confused. And I went down this rabbit hole to find out, how are these people making money? Okay, I studied the Telegram groups, I studied Twitter, social media, YouTube, TikTok, all of the things. And it led me to OnlyFans agencies. And I was just completely confused by what they had going on here. It sounded way too good to be true. My DMs were flooded with offers of how these companies can make me $10,000 a month. And when you're making $2,000 a month on OnlyFans, $10,000 sounds like an insane amount, and it is. Telling me that they could scale me from $3,000 to $30,000 in 3 months. Just all of these false promises that were very clearly false promises. And honestly, I want to make a whole video kind of exposing what I learned from these companies, because it is really insane what they're doing. Like, just spoiler alert, literally promoting to their audiences of other people that own OnlyFans agencies and saying, sign them for as much as possible, sign them for 50%, sign them for 60%, and they're bragging about how much they're taking from new models. It's very suspicious. Anyways, I wanted no parts in that. That's actually a huge reason why I started my webcam studio, because I wanted to help people in an ethical way. Now, my journey led me to severely studying what to do to make the money, okay? And I want to tell you guys that my subscriber count has actually gone down, okay? I know that sounds insane. I have less subscribers now than I did when I was making $3,000, $2,000, even $1,500 a month. I know that sounds insane, but it's true. It all comes down to implementing things that work for my page. So, went off on a little tangent. April, a year ago. So I'm just gonna do like 6 months maybe of earnings. So April of 2023, I made $3,100. May, I made $4,900. June, I made $4,800, so those were about the same. July, I made $6,000, like $9 under $6,000. And then from July to August was my big jump. I went to $10,400. And I was like, how the hell? I thought I was never gonna find, I thought I was never ever going to make $10,000 on OnlyFans. September of 2023, I made $13,400. October, I made $17,746. And then November, I made $20,798. From July, where I made around $5,000-6,000, to November, 5 months later, I 4x'd my income, and it was just because of the effort that I put in since April in 2023. Now, I'm going to tell you guys a couple things that I did that severely helped my income. The first one is having a messaging schedule. And the only way to make this income is to have a messaging schedule. First month I made $20,000 on OnlyFans. My subscriptions were only $2,400 of that. My tips were $5,800, and my messages, meaning like locked messages or messages that I send people I'm trying with to unlock, were $12,511. Having a chatting schedule is so essential, and this is something that I learned from camming actually, because I found that whenever I logged on at a similar time, my people came to me, they knew what to expect, they were hyped to see me, and it worked in my favor. So I thought, okay, I should probably be doing this on OnlyFans, and I found a schedule that worked for myself. I'm not going to share my personal schedule because I don't want you guys to like just exactly take my schedule because it might not work for you. I want you to find works for you because the exact times don't matter if you cannot show up. You have to show up. You have to show up, okay? Find a schedule that works for you. So that is a huge one. Not only that, is sending out mass messages. I know that's like a no-brainer if you have a subscription site, whether it's Fansly, OnlyFans, whatever, but send out mass messages at least twice a day. At least twice a day. I wouldn't do more than like 5 a day. I feel like that's kind of excessive and it kind of gives you like bot vibes, but at least 2 a day. I recommend sending one out at like 6 a.m. Pacific, so then you can hit people whenever they're waking up. You can get the Pacific Standard people at that time. You can get the Eastern people at that time. If you're in a different country, this might be different for you, but my audience is very largely on Eastern Standard Time or Pacific Time. Another thing that I feel like has been insanely important is viewing this as a business, okay? That might be another no-brainer thing, like, duh, it's a business. Okay. No, because there were times where I did not view it as a business and I reframed my thinking when it comes to my page specifically, because my camming career I've always treated as a business, but when it comes to OnlyFans specifically, I looked at it and I thought, if you had a $20,000 a month business, what would you do to maintain that business? Like if someone looked at you or someone looked at me whenever I was working at Taco Bell and said, I'll give you a $20,000 a month business, what would you do for it? I would be working my ass off. So why wasn't I doing that for this specific page? Why was I just like expecting the numbers to come to me and expecting it to just happen for me overnight? Like, can that happen? Yes, but it's very, very rare. I started treating it like a business. I started releasing things on a schedule. I started filming for it more. I started paying attention to what my audience wants. That's a huge, huge, huge one. For a long time, I was kind of scared of leaning into the femdom aspect of things just because I didn't want it to come off as inauthentic. Because I had spent so long building my career as the girl next door, but I found that I really loved femdom and people really loved it from me. And so I started leaning into that and my income went crazy. It went crazy. I'm not someone who is famous on Instagram. I'm not someone who's famous on TikTok or Twitter. I have a very average following for what I do in the industry, even though I've been doing it for 8 years. But finding the little femdom niche, and there's like specific parts of femdom that I cater to, helped me so much because those people come to my page because they know that I provide it. So another thing that has severely helped is leaning into the niches that the people want from me and testing different ones out and finding what feels good. I genuinely feel like if I stuck with just posting the girl next door JOI videos, I would have never reached the top 1% on OnlyFans because I would have been spending my time on things that I thought were gonna work for me that just never gave me the results. But instead I study what sells well. I study if something has 3 unlocks versus 25 unlocks. Of course I'm going to do more of what got 25 unlocks and I'm gonna spend less time on the things that only got 3, and I might keep doing the things that only got 3 unlocks because it makes me happy, but the bulk of what I'm creating is gonna be geared towards that. So it's like the perfect mix of doing what you love doing but also leaning into those niches. This one is just like kind of a simple one, but make a tip menu. Make a tip menu. I know it can be so annoying and you're like, I don't know what to charge for things. Make a tip menu. People literally sell templates on Etsy. Make a tip menu. I don't sell templates. Go get them their bag. Go get them their bag. I also think that you should be having a video menu, whether it's you're posting something on your page and it has a description and the preview and then you say, hey, send hashtag JOI with Lydia to get this 10-minute JOI and I'll send it to you to unlock, or whether you just have like a graphic where you're putting like little boxes with your videos. People want a menu and that's something that OnlyFans doesn't really have like the proper features for. You kind of have to do it on your own, which is like a huge part of OnlyFans is that they don't have features for it and you just have to do it on your own. So definitely do that. Make those little graphics, make the tip menu. This is something that I absolutely should have mentioned in the beginning, but 95% of my videos, as of right now, I'm working on some collabs, are solo videos. So I also don't want you guys to feel like you have to go and work with other people just to make this kind of income. This is something that you can absolutely do on your own, but I want you to have realistic expectations. Like, I have been doing this for 8 years, 7 years, I don't know, I can't do math. I get paid to, you know, but I found what works for me, and by implementing very small specific things, it generated so much more income for me. I would absolutely love to do a part 2 on this video because I feel like if I told you guys every single little thing that I did, this video would be hours long. So if you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment. Let me know what you think would help you in the next video. Maybe I can explain something like that. I find it really helpful to learn from others, so I would love to help you learn as well. Also, just like a heads up, my studio does not manage any sort of fan sites right now. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. Let me know. Thank you so much for watching this video. I adore you guys, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!